MS Ramaya University of Applied Sciences.
Hello students. With this experiment, we are determining the ductility value of the given bitumen sample. Apparatus: briquette mold, ductility machine, a constant water bath inside the machine. In the flexible pavement construction where bitumen binders are used, it is of significant importance that the binders form ductile thin films around the aggregate. Ductility is the property of bitumen that permits it to undergo great deformation or elongation. Ductility is expressed in centimeters, to which a standard briquette of bitumen can be stretched before the thread breaks. Procedure: the bitumen sample should be heated to a temperature of 75 to 100 degrees Celsius, at which the bitumen softens. The sample is thoroughly stirred to make it homogeneous and free from air bubbles. Pour the bitumen sample into the briquette mold with the side clips. The sample along the mold is cooled in air for about 30 to 40 minutes and also cooled in water bath for about 30 minutes. The sample and mold assembly are removed from water bath and excess bitumen is cut off by leveling the surface using hot knife. After trimming the specimen, the mold assembly containing sample is placed in water bath maintained at 27 degrees Celsius for 85 to 95 minutes. The side clips are removed carefully. 2 or more specimens are prepared in order to conduct the trials. The pointer of the machine is set to 0. The machine is started and the 2 clips are then pulled apart horizontally. The ductility value is measured in terms of centimeter. Observations and calculations in terms of pouring temperature, period of cooling in atmosphere, period of cooling in water bath before trimming, period of cooling in water bath after trimming, and room temperature are made. Data collection and tabulation is as shown in the table.
Hi students, as a part of Concrete and Highway Laboratory, so we are now discussing on an experiment called as ductility of bitumen. So the apparatus required for this particular experiment is briquette mold. Next apparatus required is a thermometer. We require sample of bitumen to be tested and also a hot plate. Let's start doing the experiment. So make sure that the bitumen is attaining the pouring temperature. You measure the temperature of the bitumen, it should be around 125 degrees centigrade. After attaining the pouring temperature, what we are going to do is, we are going to transfer the bitumen to the briquette mold. So what we are going to do is, make sure that the inner surface of the briquette mold as well the bottom plate is completely smeared with the soap oil and apply the pouring bitumen into it. Apply the pouring bitumen into it completely to the top. After this, what we are going to do is, we are going to make sure that this excess portion of the bitumen which is on the sides of the mold is removed completely. We keep the prepared sample in air cooling for 1 hour as well as the water cooling for 1 more hour. We do the conditioning of the sample. After preparing the sample for ductility, this is the sample what we obtained. This will be fixed in the ductility testing machine. So this I am going to place it on the, now it is fixed. This ductility apparatus consists of a heater, a pump and a motor, and we have a temperature controller. So when we just on the equipment, it is asked for the standard temperature to conduct the experiment. If you observe, the standard temperature which is required is 30 degree. Okay, if it is in a cooler condition, what we are going to do is we are going to on the heater and raise the temperature of the water. And also if you wanted to remove the water which is present in the ductility apparatus, if you wanted to put a fresh one, you are going to use a pump. Motor is for testing. So when you are on the motor, okay, there is a shaft which is connected to the motor. Right now it's in a rest condition, it's not moving. So I need to give a rotations, the lining rotations, which can be controlled by giving the rate of pull. Here 2 is the 10 mm as well as 50 mm. Here we are going to give a pull of 10 mm. When I give a pull of 10 mm, you may be observing this is under the rotational effect. Observing the rotation of this particular system. So after this, what I am going to do, I am just going to lock. When I lock it, what is going to happen? You are going to observe the pull in the specimen. What's happening here is this bitumen sample is elongating. If you keenly observe, there is a graduated scale which is attached to this moving system. Okay, there is a graduated scale. What happens is our failure will be considered under 3 conditions. One, you start elongating this sample. One particular reading, your thread formation is going to happen and the thread cuts. That particular reading will be taken as a ductility value of the bitumen. Or on the second condition, what happens? If there is no cut is going to happen, the thread is not going to cut. It is going to elongate after 100 centimeter. Okay, in that particular case, the ductility value of a bitumen will be taken as 100 plus. In the third case, what happens? It neither fails nor it is going to expand above 100 centimeters. One particular case, there is a sagging is going to happen. Sagging means the bitumen is going to sag and touch to the bottom of your ductility apparatus. Whichever the value where there is a sagging and touching, that particular reading will be taken as a ductility value of the bitumen. Observe, there is a formation of thread and there is also sagging is about to happen. Yes, it touches the bottom. This particular reading, 49 centimeter, is considered as a ductility value of the bitumen. So this particular value will be taken as a ductility value of the bitumen. So this completes ductility test on bitumen.
At MSR, you mark your imagination.